and welcome back to another tarot reading. Today we are doing March 14th, 2020. So happy birthday, Aquarius. Or I'm sorry, Pisces. Oh my goodness. I've been doing that a lot lately, saying Aquarius and I mean Pisces. So happy birthday to my March 14th, Saturday, Pisces. Let's see what is in store for you for 2020. Coronavirus, pandemonium, hysteria is at its highest today, I feel. The President of the United States of America made a speech yesterday. Most schools are closed for the next 2-3 weeks. I know the state of Florida has closed all schools. So, let's see what's going on for you guys. We're going to do one card for each month. If you are a cross watcher, that is okay too. As well as this reading is timeless, so if you do happen to watch it at any time or year. Okay. I'm gonna lay down some of these cards before I forget which is which. Oh boy. Okay. Not taking these cards because it's just way too many. I don't take more than one card unless I can be definitely sure which one popped over first, like the Wands and the Page of Swords did. And actually, I think I have this one actually came out first, so I'm going to switch that. I'm going to move this closer so you guys can see. So we have some reversals. I usually don't do reversals, but if they pop out like that, I'm going to take it. Got some schmutz on my tablecloth there. Alright, so this is the Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Ciro Marchetti, the tarot cards. And let's see, for the oracle, I will break out my Everyday Witch oracle. This is brand new. This is by Deborah Blake's, art by Elizabeth Alba. So we will use this for the oracle cards. Now this is brand new, so I have gone through them. It's an unboxing video if you want to check it out. But I have not shuffled them, so I'm going to shuffle them really good first before I try to get clarification for each month here. So we're going to shuffle these about 10 times. That was 1, this is 2. Wow, these are really big. 3. And 4. hopefully this is a nice, relaxing break from all the news media that you've been watching. You can find contentment and peace. I'm not going to talk about it. We all are going through it. So I don't feel like there's any reason to touch base on it. If you want to talk about it or leave any message or comments, you can absolutely do that. I think some people are a little bit too sensitive and like, oh, I have to get away from social media and Facebook and all this stuff because they're sick of either hearing it or it's making them anxiety, which I get, but I just feel like, you know what, it is what it is. Worst case scenario, after this life, there are other realms that we will be going to. I don't believe in, like, once you die, you die. I don't think you should fear death. You're just gonna go to God, is who I call it. If you call him or her something different, that's totally fine. I don't judge in anyone's faith. Just one more. I kind of lost count. I find shuffling to be very relaxing and meditative myself. So, and I don't pray to anyone but God. So I know there's a whole thing out there about, I should touch base on this too, maybe in another separate video, but just to quickly say, I walk really closely with God. I talk with him every day, especially when I go to work and anywhere in my car before I leave. I always say prayers to God. I don't pray to saints. I don't pray to angels, although my mom's always like, oh, you should always keep your angels close and thank them. But you know what? I thank God because God's the one that sends them. And God is the one with all the power and the glory, and he can command his angels to do what he needs to do. All you have to always do is ask God for help, okay? And this is something I've always struggled with my whole entire life, being gifted and with psychic ability and being so close to God. I always felt like, the Bible says it's wrong, all this stuff. But at the same time, there was a long time that I did not do tarot cards. I've been doing them since I was 14 years old, but then I was conflicted and I walked away from doing tarot cards or anything for a very long time. And it was with losing my best friend and gaining another friend that became really close as a new best friend that she sparked my interest in redoing and revisiting the tarot, where it actually became stronger, my gifts, because we are all made from God and in his image, and I don't think that he would have given me this gift had he not wanted me to use it. I don't use this for dark purposes. I don't, practice dark magic or anything like that. Even though it says in the Bible, to not seek out psychics or tarot readers or all this stuff. Definitely don't ever play with Ouija boards. I do believe that is like a gateway to hell. But this, I've just had too much experience with the other realm where it's like you have that feeling, that gut feeling, and we all have it, that sixth sense of what's right and wrong. And if you can feel like your loved one, if it's passed on, I'm sure there's tons of people out there that have stories. I know I've definitely have felt my grandmother and my best friend when they passed on. I have stories about that, as do a lot of my friends when my best friend passed away, where actually even one of my friends saw her and dropped her laundry basket. It was so unbelievable that she couldn't believe that she was in her house, and she was like, why are you here? And she was like, I was just saying goodbye. So, it's not like our energy on earth, just because when we pass over and die, we don't die. I don't believe that we die. We go on. And we can always come back and watch over our loved ones, or it's like their time does not matter. That we just have a whole different set of rules when we pass on. And I'll just leave it at that. But I don't think there's anything wrong with tarot. I know you don't if you're watching, so I just wanted to put that out there. Sorry to go on a spiel, but all right, so let's go on for the oracle cards with the tarot for one each month. Hopefully I didn't bump my camera too bad, because just check the picture. Okay. Okay, there we go. Interesting. So I'm going to put for now the oracle card underneath the tarot card. This is probably going to be a really long video. I'm going to take my time with this one. Ooh, nice. These cards are large and in charge, let me tell you. Looks like you Pisces have had a really good year in the beginning so far. If I had to guess, I would say it looks like you're almost your worst enemy, though. Maybe you find that to be true. Maybe you self-doubt yourself because of past experiences. I'm seeing a lot of wands in this reading. Only 2 swords. A lot of fire. A lot of passion. Some passionate Pisces. So I would just definitely say the wand energy is prevalent with the Pisces in this day of after Friday the 13th, which is the element of fire. The cups is water and communication. Coins is earth. Swords is air, communication. Ooh. Okay. Let's see here. Put these here. Oh God, I hate when I forget which one went where. I think it went like in order actually, so. Gosh, now I want to stop the video and just check the playback. Wait. Okay, I think it went that way. I hope I'm not messing up terribly. My mind just seems to be on other things. My memory. Okay. Concentrates. Oh my goodness. Okay, I just need one card, so I'm just going to give this a quick clear shuffle for one more card. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Alright. I'm going to pause for 1 second. Alright, I'm back. So I kind of adjusted the cards so you could see them better, and I wanted to watch the playback from the previous clip because I felt like I mixed these up and I wanted to make sure I got it right. So I did actually put them in order, so there was actually no need to do any of that. I followed my intuition correctly. So to begin with this reading, we have we have the Ten of Wands, which is basically saying that you are having some sort of burden on your back, right? And you're trying to reach for something. You got your eye on where you want to go, and I'm just looking at these scepters, and I'm really drawn to the scepter with the blue here. It's like there's different colors, but I'm really drawn to this color, the blue. And with the wands with the fire, blue to me, is like water and sky. Things that'll help to ground you and kind of put out fire too. Almost like your passion is so great that maybe you're just so overwhelmed with something. Your oracle card, amazingly enough, has actually this painter painting almost like a fiery dragon. Like this fire is coming out of his paintbrush, right? And again, he's looking at this canvas and it looks like something's happening on there, but yet you quite don't know what. You have the little animals playing with their paints too, which is really adorable. And the card says meditation for creativity. So what this says to me is one of two things. Either you feel so bogged down with some sort of burden on your back that you can't move to reach the goal that you're trying to intend for, and that you kind of need to take a break and be creative. If that is painting for you, putting your passion, what you are passionate about, in an artistic manner, possibly. As if you are an artist, you do know that painting can be very meditative, as this art of tarot reading is very meditative for me, and shuffling cards and getting in tune with my intuition. So that could help release the burden on your back by seeking solace in your passion outside of whatever it is this burden is. The other thing could be that you feel burdened by this creativity, that maybe you're having a hard time creating something, and maybe this creativity in itself is a burden for you. If you are having to reach a deadline, perhaps, like he's seeing this branch here, almost like it's blocking him from getting to where he wants to be, as is the bindings of all the scepters. Like if these scepters were unbound and in his hand, almost like he would be so powerful, like this man with the paintbrush, but it's all bound up. All that creativity is bound up, and he can't reach the threshold or the deadline that he wants because all his creativity is bound up. His power is bound up. So you have to release this feeling of being burdened by your own creativity in order to reach this deadline or threshold that you have for yourself, or that is set for yourself. And maybe not concentrate so much on the overall picture of what you're working on, since you're focused so much on that, But pay attention to the delightfulness around you. You know, maybe you have children trying to play with Play-Doh or paint their pictures. And maybe by opening your heart up to that child and playing with them, you will open up your own passion for creativity in meeting that deadline again, because you'll be so enthralled with their passion for finger painting or creativity. It'll kind of give you like a whole new refreshing view. So I'm just going to look at this because these cards are new for the Oracle to see what the author had intended for meditation for creativity. Just because I think it's always a good idea too to kind of check the booklet to see what was their intention for the card. So let me find that. I don't know if there's a number. So this is fire. So page 59. So in the book it says creativity can be thought of as the fire of the spirit. It comes to each of us in different forms, as I was saying. So this is the meditation for creativity card. See if you can see that good. Sorry, it might be too close. Okay, so we'll hold it right there. And it comes to each of us in different forms, as I said. Some people might enjoy creativity in the more obvious artistic directions, such as writing, painting, or crafting. Others might excel at creative problem solving or making their surroundings look beautiful, like interior decorating. You can create in an art studio or in a kitchen or even an office. So yeah, you can be an architect, you could be a chef, you could be a stay-at-home mom that prepares meals for your loved ones and family and friends, or a seamstress. There's so many different ways that we create in this world, right? The only limits are the ones that we put on ourselves. Not everyone has the inclination or talent to do everything, but we all have something we make with a combination of mind, heart, hands, and spirit. If you haven't figured out what your creative gift is, go out and discover it today. The action of this card says to do something creative. It doesn't matter what. Write a poem or a spell. Don't worry. They don't have to rhyme. Haikus, I believe, don't rhyme. They actually have a certain pentametric meter that they follow. Paint a picture, throw a pot, or knit something, whip up something wonderful in the kitchen, or rearrange a room so that it feels more peaceful or looks more beautiful. Don't tell yourself that you don't have time or talent, because we obviously have time now, don't we? Just do it. But more than that, do it with purpose, mindfully, and with appreciation. Really feel the creative process and how it nurtures your spirit and keeps your inner fires burning. The divination of this card speaks of if you have been feeling stagnant or grumpy, maybe this card is trying to tell you that you aren't devoting enough time and energy to your creative part of your nature. After all, work is important, but we all need to balance it out with moments of play. Take a moment to look at this card and ask yourself, what am I doing to feed my soul? The magic of this card is light a red, orange, or white candle and invoke the goddess Brigid. She is a Celtic goddess of creativity and inspiration. She's also known as the goddess of the flame and the well and rules over the cauldron of creativity. If you have a small cast iron cauldron, you can use that. Otherwise, any pottery bowl will do. Take scraps of paper and write down any creative forms of expression that interest you. You don't have to be good at them. These are just things that you enjoy doing. And then put the papers in your cauldron or bowl and mix them up with your finger or an atham. I don't know what that is. Then ask Bridget to guide you and pull out a slip. Set aside time to do whatever it is on it, even if it is just an hour or less. If you like, you can pull the cauldron or bowl on your shelf. If you like, you can put the cauldron or bowl on your altar and pull a different piece of paper every week. And quite honestly, like I said, I only pray to God. I only talk to God. So I wouldn't be praying or worshiping any goddess Brigid personally. I've been to Ireland and I know that there's actually like a Brigid cross. And I forgot the story behind it, as I wasn't probably paying attention to the tour director. the Rhodes Scholar, and he's actually a personal friend of mine too. But if I wanted to get the story, I could and tell you guys. But I would just do this and set your own intentions, just for fun. Like, write a bunch of things that you maybe had on your bucket list to try. Maybe you like to cross stitch, rug hook, it could be whatever, right? And then every week or month, try something different. Pull a scrap of paper out and be like, okay, this is going to be my artistic endeavor for the month to unwind and try something new. And I would also just pray to God. I wouldn't recommend praying to anybody but God, or whatever it is your religious factor initiates as your higher order of power. I believe they're actually all one and the same. We just call him by a different name. So, that being said, let's go on to February. And you have the Eight of Swords in reversal. So, she's blindfolded, and all these swords are pointing at her, and it's like she's caught in a web. So normally, in the upright position, I would say that this person feels stuck and kind of just like all this maybe truth or communication is coming at this person, and they just are blindfolded and maybe can't see the truth or feel stuck in their own truth. But the Oracle card says accept love. And this is in reversal. So what I think is that there is a bunch of information coming through about love, and that you are feeling open and aware to that love. And in February, you had maybe actually no problem accepting that love at all. Maybe you also had somebody from the past come back and fill you in on why they walked away, or maybe you walked away. And maybe you didn't want to see things at first, but this has opened your heart up to accepting them again and has reignited the flames of love. Let's just double check what I'm saying and check it out. What does Ciro Marchetti say for Eight of Swords in reversal? Yes, so in the reverse, it says freedom and release. So it feels like you've broken out of a prison. So this love that has been coming your way has been actually making you feel free. Maybe it could even be, love for yourself. I always like to say, because the greatest love of all is that for ourselves, because no one's going to take care of you if you don't take care of yourself, right? All right. And then just to check for accept love, it says, for many of us, it's easy to give love to others. It may be a little bit more difficult to accept it in return. And accepting love means believing that you are worthy of the gift, and not all of us really believe that we are. So accepting love also feels riskier. After all, if you open yourself to love, it can then be taken away, leaving yourself vulnerable and hurt. Passion like fire can burn us, but it is still worth it. Only in both giving and receiving of love can we form balanced relationships, whether between friends, family, or romantic partners. You don't have to let people in if their affection seems false or comes with a price, but if those around you offer love freely and genuinely, try to accept it with an open heart. I assure you that you do deserve love. So maybe you want to sit someplace quiet, light a red or pink candle, White will always do as a substitute. And gaze at the flame for a few minutes, breathing deeply. Feel your heart open and expand as you exhale. Send love out to all those who you care deeply for. As you inhale, take in the love that others have offered you. If you aren't feeling that at the moment, then take in the love of your own God, who is always there and always ready to give it, or your own self. Repeat as necessary when you are feeling alone or having trouble letting love in. This card may not be a subtle hint, this card may be a not so subtle hint that you need to work on accepting love from others. Have you been feeling unworthy or shutting yourself off from those who want to share genuine affection? Are you more comfortable giving than receiving, or perhaps not doing either? Keep in mind that you can accept love without giving any promises for the future, if that love is given freely and without strings. If this is something that you do struggle with, say an affirmation, possibly like, I am a child of the most highest God, and I am worthy of being loved. Alternatively, this card could be an indication that someone close to you, a friend, family member, or even a pet, is struggling to learn how to let love in. Maybe you deal with rescue animals and they've been hurt by others and you're struggling to have a relationship with them. If that is the case, don't give up on them. The heart chakra is, as its name suggests, the one that rules giving and receiving love. If your heart chakra is blocked or out of balance, that can make it difficult to do either. So sit with your hands over the center of your chest and close your eyes. If you like, you can visualize this chakra either as pink or a combination of pink and green. Sense whether or not energy is flowing smoothly up toward the throat chakra and down toward your core. In your mind's eye, try moving the energy in your heart chakra clockwise. If it won't spin in that direction, try spinning it in reverse counterclockwise. Usually, if you really focus, you can get the colored energy to move first in one direction, then the other. If it seems to be stuck, or if you see gray or black overwhelming the pink, try visualizing the healing warmth of the element of fire melting away any blockages and surround your heart with light. Send yourself love. This is always a good place to start. So this is why I like to read the book, because sometimes I actually get pictures or images of what other things this card can mean. And so with this card, I actually got, when they were talking about doing this visualization with the throat chakra, that perhaps you have felt bound into speaking your own truth, maybe to somebody that you have loved. Maybe you haven't actually been able to give your love as freely as you wanted to, or to tell somebody that you love them. And the heart and the throat, I believe, are so closely connected, because usually when we speak, that is what is really what is in our heart, which is definitely something that's in the Bible too. So that's why they always say choose your words wisely, because what you speak is in your heart, right? And you don't want bad things to come from your heart. You always want the greatest good for, to speak with love. So freeing yourself, feeling free, maybe you feel free and open-hearted and open to speak with the swords, as it is in communication and air, to speak of your love for somebody and to also accept the love. So that's what I get from that card also. And interesting that they said and spoke about pink and green, because right next to, in March, we always kind of coincide with the color green. This card is very green as well, which says ground and center for the oracle card. And you have the page of coins, which is upside down. And this person is young in nature. The page of coins, she's holding on to her coin very tightly, which could be, this is usually speaking of like a message coming about finances, that maybe Right now, financially, things are a little upside down, and you just need to ground and center yourself. This has been a very turbulent month, and I've said this before on other videos that financially in the stock market, we've been all over the place. With the Page of Coins, though, let me consult the book. Hang on one second. Give me one moment. Okay. So, in the reverse, this card speaks of being self-critical or a poor student, being stubborn, rebellious, insecure, wasteful, and prodigal and pitiful. So, you just might be feeling insecure right now, honestly, and self-critical of your finances is what I'm getting. So you just need to ground and center yourself. And take one day at a time. That would be my best advice to give to you right now. Through everything we're going through, we don't know what is upon us. So you just need to ground and center yourself in your faith. Praying to God. Spending time with your family and friends. And the book also says the world is full of distractions that pull us in a million different directions. Sometimes we just need to stop and ground, centering ourselves so that we can stand strong and rooted. You can see the cat has not a worry in the world. He's just napping away. So no matter what we face, grounding is good preparation for magical work, but it also helps us if we are facing any challenging situations as we are today, or even just getting ready to leave the house and deal with daily life of finding toilet paper. I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I'm just jabbing jokes to give you guys some laughs. So do something that grounds you today. For some people, this could be yoga or meditation. For others, it could just be sitting under a tree. Today it's snowing, so you may not want to sit under a tree. Maybe just build a fire. Drink some hot cocoa, feel that warmth in your hands and your heart. Figure out what grounds you and then just do it. Breathing is always a good place to start. I always tell this to my clients. So if you need to ground, take 3 long, slow breaths and let them out. And remember to feel the strength of the earth below you as you breathe. So have you been feeling scattered and frantic? I'm sure you have. This card is a reminder to ground and center yourself on a regular basis, not just during magical work. Look at the witch on the card. Doesn't she look serene? I think it looks like a guy. I don't know why they said she. The kind of calm often feels out of reach, but grounding and centering can help move us in that direction. So here's a little thing that you can do is sit or stand on the ground with your feet firmly planted. If you can do this outside, if it's a nice day, that's good. But inside, you can do this too. And then hold a crystal that you feel drawn to in your hands in front of your core near your belly button. And then feel the strength of the element of earth that formed that crystal and take that strength into yourself, starting with your core and then moving down through your feet to connect with the ground below, almost like you have roots of a tree growing into the ground. Feel that energy. Close your eyes and visualize yourself sending roots down into the ground. Imagine that the gods have left a message for you under the earth. And what does it say? Be sure to thank the element for its gifts. So in April, we have King of Cups. So usually this is an offer from somebody giving their love, the relationship of romantical. The Oracle card says speak your mind. So maybe you actually want to give your own cup of love to somebody and you want to speak your mind in April. So that's what I get from that. Or also, if somebody is coming towards you and wants to give their cup of love and have a relationship with you, you just want to speak your mind on that too, for whatever reason. So use your gut instinct with that. Then in May, we have the Nine of Cups, which looks abundant and fruitful. And your oracle card says meditation to dig deep. And there's all these crystals. Digging deep, I think, like to go within for your own abundance is what I'm gathering here, for your own self-love. So maybe you need some self-love in the month of May there. I just want to look at the Nine of Cups really quick. Yeah, so the Nine of Cups are surrounded by a bounty and abundance, and it seems like every wish has been answered. Emotionally and materialistically, you're fulfilled, and these are good times. The keywords for this card are loyalty, liberty, success in everything, completion, emotional happiness, joy, material comfort, and contentment. So, since you are so content and everything is successful, the meditation to dig deep, I still feel, is like about giving yourself success of your own self-love. That's what I think. The oracle card for meditation to dig deep, this one right here. We'll put the card like that for right now. Let's see. It says our culture often encourages the pursuit of shallow and immediate pleasures, discouraging the deep work that takes time and energy. But sometimes it is important to look more closely, burrow into our own hearts and minds, and discover what lies underneath the surface. Sometimes you have to dig deep to find the truth. You have all the tools to do that. They are just waiting for you to use them. Meditation can help you to achieve a deeper connection. This card is telling you to look at some issue more closely. You probably already know which one. This card just reminds you that avoiding a situation won't lead to a solution. Instead, you have to dig deep and look for answers. Even if you worry that you might not like them. And maybe the universe will surprise you, or maybe it will turn out that looking more deeply with an open mind will lead you to answers that aren't obvious on the surface. So maybe your mind is not matching your heart, where you're feeling content in your heart, but your mind is worrying. That often happens when you feel contentment and overabundance of love and everything's so perfect and everything's so successful, where you feel kind of like, oh my gosh, you kind of self-sabotage, right? Like, this is so perfect and everything's going so right. When is something going to go wrong? You get that doomsday feeling. So when that happens, the meditation to dig deep, to ground yourself again still, and to find solace and to let yourself enjoy the feeling that you're having right now, and not to expect the next doomsday. Just enjoy the good while it is good. We all know that we have ups and downs in this roller coaster of life, and you wouldn't know happiness, the success and joy, if you didn't know sorrow and bad times. So when those good times come and your cup is full of love and you do have abundance, enjoy it. Because we always seem to be looking for the negative, it seems. Even when things are hard and bad, we're like, oh my gosh, how much worse can it get? Instead of saying, you know what? Tomorrow it's going to be better. I know this is going to get better. It's got to get better. It can't get any worse, right? But we always kind of have that sense of doom, like, oh my God, the world's going to end. What's going on? Everyone's panicking. There's so much anxiety. But you know what? For right now, we have so much to be grateful for, even in this day and time of doomsday. We're happy, we're healthy, we have our families. Most of us are not sick. I don't even know of anybody that's sick with this coronavirus. So let's just be grateful that we have toilet paper, that we have running water, that we actually don't need to buy bottled water. I mean, some places do, like Flint, and I feel awful for those people. And I wish that there was something more I could do. As I hope others that are able to do something can do something. But just to remember, oh, I was just noticing on here, there's like etching on the glasses. To pray, keep God close, and be happy for what you do have and the abundance that we have, that we are able to stock our shelves and to prepare for this, that we do have medicine, that we do have doctors, that we are technology, advanced or not in rural areas where we don't have access to these things, right? So there's much to be thankful for. So dig in deep for that, okay? And in June, we have the Page of Swords. The Oracle card is cleansing body and spirit. So again, this tells me that, in June, your inner child wants to speak its truth, that it just needs time to cleanse itself, for some self-care time, soaking in a tub, relaxing, maybe taking a vacation if that's possible in June. So hopefully this means things will get better in June. But just speak your truth. If you feel like you need a break, even for 30 to 20 minutes from the family, from whatever it is, give yourself that time to cleanse your spirit, your mind, your body, and let Calgon take you away, okay? In July, we have the Ace of Wands. So you have a wand with all these crystals on a scepter, and it looks like dragons flying around, kind of like in between a rock and a hard place, with the fire just coming out. And then you have water magic. So two very powerful cards, because fire and water will put out fire. So maybe you are feeling, let me see for a second. I'm feeling like in July, like maybe you're feeling like a rock in a hard place, and you have so much passion for the situation that you're going through. And you're very balanced in the situation, as this scepter is very balanced with all the crystals, right? So you're not coming on too strong. You have the power of water too, to know like not to be pulling this fire full force, but just the right amount to be balanced. That's what I'm getting. Water is love too, and kind of like that your love is overspilling and quite magical. So this love that you have is very powerful, if this is in a relationship, you have this cat trying to get at the fish too. And a little starfish. So this is very magical. I think this combination is very intriguing, honestly. Because you have two dragons here, and then you have like this dolphin and kitty cat. So I almost take this to be like not very harmful dragons. They're very almost like pets, like in Game of Thrones, right? Like maybe you're the queen of dragons, slaying dragons. Let me just check out what Tarot Marchetti says about the Ace of Wands. Let's check myself. See what's... I just go off intuition, but I always like to check the book, like I said. So the key words for this card is instigate, ignite, action, spark, handle, tool, organic, inspiration, self-expression, grasp, masculine energy, virility, desire, confidence, dominate, and vibrant energy. So a rush of natural energy arises from a new enterprise or creative activity. The Ace of Wands is the root of the power of fire, which makes this the initial impulse and inspiration. This energy can be harnessed to overcome inertia. It's important to know the details of the outcome just to get started. The seasonal attribution is summer, which is coincidentally, this is in July for this card. The Ace of Wands rules the season of summer through the signs of Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. This could also just mean like that a great opportunity is coming about in July. You're going to have inspiration, a new direction come about. The advice of this card is to seize the day. Whatever you do or dream, you can begin it. Boldness has genius and power and magic in it. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe said that. So, Tarot Marchetti says the essence of this suit is personified in a gleaming wand encrusted with crystals, soaring from the bowels of a fiery volcano. Its majestic rise is escorted by dragons, suggesting the promise of proactively pursuing new ventures for the future. So I was kind of right on with those dragons, that they were friendly dragons. Now your water magic card. Let's read that. Okay, so water magic. As I said, water is a powerful force that can wear down a mountain or create a lake. It brings life to the fields, but can also be violent and impossible to control. Not an element to be taken for granted, as you will know if you have ever been thirsty or lived through either a drought or a flood. Most of the time, though, water is our friend, and we can use its power to help us change and transition through various stages of our lives. So through reading this, I just got the message kind of like Bruce Lee, like be like water, right? Water is the most flexible element out there. Water is fluid and flexible, just like I said, and reminds us that we can be that way too, right? Okay. So this card is telling you to make a magical connection to water. You can do it by following the exercise above or doing anything else that makes you feel the element of water in its most mundane form. Even drinking a glass of water can be magical if you focus on sensing the molecules being absorbed by your body and becoming a part of your own essence. Remember that the element of water can take many shapes. So there's fresh water and salt water, rain, snow, fog, sleet, or ice. Forceful or gentle, wild and natural, or tamed by man. Take a day or a week to connect with it in as many different forms as you can, and thank each one for the gift it brings. So the action is to connect with the magic of water. Take a few minutes to immerse yourself in it. If you live near a lake or stream or ocean, go sit in the water or at the water's edge with at least your feet submerged And really pay attention. Pay attention to your body. Listen to its voice, watch its movement, follow its path. You might find it's even very meditative. There is magic in all of those things. If you don't have a body of water nearby, go out in the rain or sit in the tub or take a shower. The purpose is more about connection here and less about getting clean in a hurry. So feel the flowing movement over you and thinking about the fact that a large part of the human body is made up of water. I believe it's like 80%. So the water is always a part of us. Just as the moon, creates the waves in the ocean, here the body of water is very calm. So this leads me to believe that this is not, being a forceful power of nature of water. It is overflowing, which to me tells me there's an overabundance of love and good relationships, and very calm and balanced. Nothing's out of hand here, except for maybe the kitty cat trying to get the fish. And then in August, my goodness, the lovers. You're in love, your relationships are loving in all ways, love for yourself, and your oracle card says gratitude and thanks. So you're just feeling really in love in the month of August, transformative, possibly with all the butterflies. Maybe you have reached some new goal of exercise is what I'm getting from here. There's a bouquet of flowers, almost like maybe this is, time for marriage in the month of August even too. So look for that coming your way in August. I feel really strongly that you have love in August, all the way from February there. Then in September, you have the Knight of Coins. Now, the Knight of Coins is typically a very slow moving energy. Very slow, like walking slow. So if you can envision the swords, which is air, as like an airplane, which goes really fast, that's how fast the Knight of Swords would go. If you envision the, Knight of Cups. I can never remember if Cups or Fire goes faster, but one is like a car and one is like a train. So we know trains go faster than cars, but not as fast as airplanes. But the Pentacles is like the last one, the last resort. It's like walking, okay? So this Pentacle energy is slow, which means the finances maybe are coming in slow. Somebody's coming in slow with the money, but it's slow. And it often is, the coins is speaking of finances. So let's take a look at the Oracle card. The Oracle card is healing waters. So maybe you are slow to heal financially from, the predicament that we're going through with the coronavirus and all that. But you will heal. And maybe I'm getting, okay, so you have this person that's in this lush green water, bathing in water. And in the background, you have this tree in drought and brown. So obviously in the past, you were in a situation where it just took everything. But right now, the present situation in September here is that you are in this water. You are healing. So you are in September overcoming. It is just a slow progress. This could also be as far as a relationship with money, that it's a slow progress, or it could also be the other option is that you were in a relationship that drained you of your finances, and so you are slowly overcoming from that relationship too. So those are two options in September. In October, you have Knight of Wands. So like I said, this is a faster energy than the Pentacles, but it's slower than air. Okay? But it's still, train or car fast. It's pretty, it's moving. And you have the Oracle card is meditation for peace and serenity. Now the Wands is also fire and earth energy. Or I'm sorry, no, this is just fire, not earth. Pentacles is earth. My apologies. So, very passionate. Meditation for peace and serenity. So, just for clarification, I want to look at the Knight of Wands. You know what? I'm going to show you with the old Rider-Waite deck card too. I'm going to get the Knights out here so I can actually show you the difference for the speed, right? So hang on one second while I get that. My luck, it's all going to be the last card or something. Okay, I got the Knight of Swords. Of course, it'll be like the last card. Okay, Knight of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. There we go. Okay, so just to show you, because I think the Rider-Waite deck really shows it very clearly. So here you have the Knight of Swords. Very, very fast energy. You can see that by the swiftness, the horse. Okay, and then, yeah, so Knight of Wands, this is the second fastest, okay? You can see he's charging forward. And then you have the Knight of Cups, where it's like kind of galloping along, it's car energy. So here you got airplane fast, this would be train fast, then car fast, and then walking fast. This horse is barely moving. So the Knight of Pentacles is very slow, then the Cups, then the Wands, then the Swords. So that's the best depiction I can give you for that. Okay. So the Knight of Wands is the second fastest moving energy. We're talking about like train fast, not airplane, not car, but going train fast, which is still very fast. Okay. And it's fire energy. So it's very passionate. So whatever is coming in quickly. This could be love. This could be a person with these attributes of the Knight of Wands. Court cards. Okay. So the Knight of Wands speaks of being healthy, vital, generous, noble, strong, swift, hasty, seeking passion, and very restless. And just to tell you, like, the court cards are usually people, so this could be you or someone else. This person is very confident, doesn't hesitate where they go. People follow, so he's definitely a leader. So you could just be feeling very peaceful and serene right now. Meditation for peace and serenity. Feeling very passionate about being peaceful and serene. Let's see, meditation. This is water energy in the Oracle card. And the Oracle card in the book says, in this crazy, hectic world we live, peace and serenity may be more precious than gold and rarer than the most exotic gemstone. Most of us start running from the moment we get up, fueling ourselves with caffeine so we can keep going when we're exhausted, racing from the demands of work to the demands of home with very little downtime. which makes sense with this card, if you're very on the go. So when we do relax, we often do it in front of some kind of electronic screen, television, computer, or phone. And eventually this constant stimulation, begins to wear us down. Like water on a stone, unless we purposely allow ourselves the occasional break for true peace and serenity. So if you are always on the go in October, this is just telling you to slow it down. Take some time for you again. Okay. November, we have the 10 of coins. So it looks like all these coins are unlocked in some sort of safe. And your oracle card is saying to make a move. So maybe you feel safe to take what you have taken out of the stock market or to reinvest your money to make a move with money financially and go forward into reinvesting. Or maybe you just feel like making a move to safeguarding your money. Those could be two options for you. But in any case, you are saving and looking for financial stability in this card, I feel. We will double check the 10 of coins here for you. So the keywords are riches, wealth, inheritance, completion, legacy, birthright, community, family, and friends. And the meaning of this card is that it can represent coming into your inheritance or security as part of a larger group, such as family, friends, community, or corporation. These are long-term investments that are not liquid, such as land, a family, business, or a birthright. So successful manifestation. Appreciate your roots and resources. Remember, I am doing this for a general collective, not just one person for this reading, so that's why I do like to give options as well. Your Everyday Witch Make a Move Oracle card, let's see, is also water. And it says that water is a powerful force, which we already know. Oops, wrong card. It is important to keep moving. This is true in the literal sense because the body functions best when it gets a certain amount of exercise, and is true in the metaphorical sense. If we don't keep moving forward in our lives, our only other choice is to go backward. And that's really a good idea. So to stay still, which may work for a while, it's more healthy for the spirit than staying still all the time. So to have a healthy body, our goal is to become the best human beings that we can be. And that means continuing to grow and change and learn. And that means moving forward, even if it is just a little bit at a time. So this card is probably a not so subtle hint to get off your butt. Have you been spending a lot of time sitting in one place, maybe in front of the TV or computer? So get up, move around, do something, accomplish a task, invest in yourself. Financially, maybe you need some new workout equipment, or maybe the issue is deeper than just daily inertia. Are you actively working on creating positive change and forward movement in your life? And if not, this card is undoubtedly the universe telling you to stop stalling and just do it. Not tomorrow, not next week, not, yesterday. Yesterday is today, so now make a move. Financially, for your body. And if you are coming into an inheritance or something, make a move into investing in your health too. In December, you have 2 of Wands, which you have 2 locked boxes and 2 wands. To me, the number 2, this wands, this could be a twin flame, a soul connection, but you both are locked and you have the key to each other's locked boxes, right? The Oracle card says, give in to passion. So give in to unlocking this box. There's music being played. Maybe the key to unlocking this box is found in a song that you both share close to your heart. Maybe you had or have or will both meet each other at a musical or concert event of music. Maybe you both like violin music, is the obvious, or nature. Ravinia in my state is a very popular venue that is very much in nature, in a community that plays all kinds of music, from concertos to rock and roll concerts. So maybe in your community there's a venue like that where you're surrounded by nature and you will meet your twin flame or soulmate. But I like to always check. I am always still learning. There's a lot to know with tarot cards, and with every new deck I find that there's different variations and just new ways to look at things. So I always like to check the books when I get new decks, and this is honestly like my only second time using this deck. So okay, so the meaning of this card is that a window of opportunity is presented, but in order to seize the opportunity, it will take leadership, vision, and decision making. Start making plans and setting them into motion. Keep your intentions clear. The astrological attribution of this card is Mars in Aries. The gifts, opportunity, and influence, and the advice is desire and willpower need to be channeled. There is an old proverb that says a golden key can open any door. The key words to this card is creative growth, authority, control, success, bold ambitions, negotiation, planning, preparation, partnership, vision, capable, self-assured, king, and boss. So you are the boss of your own locked box. You hold the key, and who you choose to let open your box is yours and yours alone. But I definitely feel like there's a strong musical connection to this. Just to check with the Oracle card, the gift of passion, I have a feeling this might be earth energy. We'll double check. Let's see, given to passion. Nope, it's fire. Okay. I was going to say fire, and in my head I was like, no, it could be earth because of the nature. So let's check this card out. And so it says, there are times in life when the best thing you can do is to give in to passion, whether it is the fire of a new relationship, the excitement of creating art, or simply the joy of spending a day on the beach under the heat of the sun. It can be good to let yourself go and just be. As long as whatever you are passionate about is a positive force in your life, love, or creativity, or just plain fun, it is important to occasionally stop worrying about being practical and simply follow your bliss. So this card is probably telling you that you are working too hard and playing too little. Are you putting aside enough time to do the things that you are passionate about? Have you even allowed yourself to consider what those things might be? If the answer to either or both of those questions is no, you may want to consider giving in to passion. Remember that we all draw energy from the well of our spirit. If you don't occasionally do something to replenish that well, sooner or later, you will come up empty. It may seem frivolous to spend time doing things you love just because you love them, but life can't be only about doing what is necessary and practical. Leave space for the passions of the heart and make time for the people and activities that bring you joy, and all the other aspects of your life will benefit. So what I also get from this is the relationships that you hold one-on-one with other people, and it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could be a friendship that, we all have compartmentalize parts of ourselves which other people can unlock at different times. There's sometimes we hang out with 3 or 4 different groups of people because they each unlock a different special place in us, be it creativity, spiritual, or just laughter. And for each person that does unlock that little compartment box, that if you are working too much, you need to unlock that part that will bring you joy, that will bring you fulfillment too. So look for that in December with your relationships. I hope you enjoyed this reading today, Pisces, and I hope you have a wonderful birthday despite all the craziness that's going on today. And hopefully a year from now we can look back on this video and just laugh at the world and the state of things. So I wish all your birthday wishes come true, and have a wonderful day. Thank you for sharing your time with me in this space. And I hope you guys join me again for another reading. I think I'm going to start doing a daily reading for everyone in addition to the birthday readings. And I might just, going forward in April, I might just do one birthday reading for the entire month instead of doing a daily birthday reading. I think that would help me in not being so backed up with readings. Because the birthday daily reading is honestly quite hard to do for every single day that everyone has a birthday. But I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm trying to backtrack and get all the birthdays done. And I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.